TitleMatchNetwork.com.
They also did a deal with you. I guess it was your match at Slamboree with Randy Savage, where Piper got involved with the match, and it made no sense. I don't know.
Yeah, nothing they ever. I don't. If you ask me to name the things that they did do that made sense, I'd really have to scratch my head.
What are your memories of your series with Sting? And do you
Really
think the
good.
company dropped the ball with that?
Yeah, they dropped the ball with everything. Like I said, if you ask me what name the good things they did, the only good thing that I ever did in the WCW was the match with Benoit in Kansas City, and the only good thing was the thing in Toronto with Goldberg, which is amazing that it was ever done or pulled off. But everything else, even the match where I won the title in Toronto was a complete abortion with all those run-ins and stuff like that.
I was going to ask you about that.
Only a real idiot would put a match like that together.
At what point do you think Eric Bischoff lost control, and did you ever lose confidence in him?
Yeah, I think I really lost confidence in Eric in Toronto. That's when I really saw that this was now was a case of you're signed on with some people that are like, how much do you want to try working for these guys anymore? And I never did not try. I always came back thinking like, okay, especially I come home from, I was having surgery, abdominal surgery, and I was going to be out for about 2 to 3 months. And even that, I got surgery. I had the surgery on like on a Tuesday or Wednesday or something like that. Eric Bischoff called me on Sunday morning. They're having a pay-per-view. I can't even, I wouldn't say I'm on crutches, but I can barely walk across the room. Calls me up and asks me if I can show up at the pay-per-view. I said, Eric, I just had surgery like 2 days ago. It's like you could tell them stuff. They either never wrote it down or they never knew it. They never had any idea. And I also had, I think I knew Eric's days were numbered maybe is when I showed up, I flew down to Chicago, had a meeting with Hulk Hogan and Eric Bischoff in Chicago. And I was really reluctant to come back to wrestling, and I wasn't sure if I was. This was sort of sell me on the idea that it would be worth it and good for me to come back. And
so Hogan obviously had a lot of power if he was meeting with you with Eric.
But I never thought I think if he did, he was very silent about throwing weight around.
Right.
Maybe a lot of his weight that he threw around was behind the scenes. So I don't know of any personal situation where he controlled anything that happened with me, but he was there, and I think he was there more because we were going to put me and Hogan against each other. That was the whole plan. So maybe that's why Hulk was there. Again, he was really good with me, and Eric was really good with me. And I said, look, if I do come back, I feel really uncomfortable and really feel so phony to me to I get in a heel babyface situation in the beginning. People haven't seen me. I think there's a lot of people who will feel sympathetic towards me in a very strong way. And all of a sudden I've got someone like some big wrestler, let's say, I don't even know who, but some heel kicking the crap out of me, working me over and choking me and mauling me like a bear kind of thing. I just think it'd be like, I don't even want to go on. I don't even want to watch it. Like, I don't even want to watch poor Bret Hart get it. I feel so bad about everything he's gone through already. It's not good TV.
Right.
It's just not good TV. Not forever. But the very first pictures of me coming back, and it's like, I almost wish I hadn't come back. I said, I don't want that. I don't want that sympathy thing coming back and falling on my, don't want it to pull me down any more than it already has. And I said, I really find it almost bad taste to envision it. I said, if I'm going to come back, I have to be in a babyface match. I'd like to be in some babyface matches give some really sort of class matches for just a little while to get me over that little hump for maybe 2 to 3 months. And Sting was a guy, so I'd love to work with him. I'd love to work with Hogan, obviously, and Benoit. And I started naming guys. I said, let me get through some of those guys and show a little classy side. and then eventually start working once I get into a wrestling routine, then I finally will work with a heel that can do something like, because wrestling was always so extreme all the time. They're running you over with cars.
Right.
I just did, after what happened with Owen, I just thought it was also, I couldn't do it. I will not do that. I'm not be part of anything like that, not for a little while. And they totally agreed. They're going to start building me for Hogan. They're building me to win the title from Hogan. That's the way I understood it. Because I don't imagine there was any point in working without a title. And so it all sounded pretty good, and Hogan was behind it, and they were going to kick it off in the end of the summer. I was going to get ready to come back and start training and get ready to work hard again. I was still recovering from a groin injury, and so I left that meeting thinking like, okay, I've got 2 months to get ready. I'm going to get totally committed. Maybe I can make maybe we can turn things around. Maybe we can make this a different kind of wrestling company. I still saw the one company as being good and one company as being bad. I'm not sure when it was, but I got a call from Eric in the middle of nowhere. I was supposed to do the Molson and Indy thing in Vancouver,
Right.
which was really bad because I think I left a lot of disappointment on that side of it affected my relationship with that company. They pulled me out of that. I have to go out to somewhere down in Florida, Tallahassee or something, and wrestle Hogan. And I wasn't advertised. Didn't make a lick of difference on the card. I have a babyface match with Hogan.
This is the TV one, right? Where there's no finish?
I don't think so.
Okay.
This was just a house show.
Okay.
It's just a house show. They pulled me out of where it was really important for me to be. I've been advertised for months. And they pulled me out of that and take me down to Tallahassee. That was WCW's deal. All the thing I was doing in Vancouver was Molson. So they had the right to pull me out. Take me all the way down to Tallahassee. I do a couple of lame matches with Hogan, only in the sense that I walk through the curtain, I'm wrestling Hulk Hogan, no one even knows it. I'm like, well, wow, I guess this is something,
Right.
And we had a match. I can't remember what the ending was, but it was actually fun to work with Hulk and all that. And then I flew to Florida and I got ready for Miami TV tapings. My first TV back. I have not been on TV since I did my little talk in Atlanta, maybe. And all I know is that it had nothing in mind for me. Eric Bischoff started laying out. He got there. I waited. They used to always get on me about being late, because originally one of my things in my ideal was that Eric said I could, as long as I showed up in time for my match.
Right.
And that was in my sort of in my contract kind of thing. So I always used to show up about 6 o'clock, but it never made any difference. Someone told me what to do until about 30 seconds before I walked out anyway, but 6:30 or 7 o'clock. And of course, it was always later when it bombed or fell apart, like it was all messed up. They'd always say it's because you were late, It's like, yeah, sure. But anyway, they did, they had this thing with Lex Luger and somebody out pull apart. The dressing was Sting maybe.
Right.
And I'm listening to the whole thing. And he goes, and then you're standing, I'm in there, I'm in the pull apart. I'm listening, I'm trying to be part of this whole company here. And finally at the very end of the whole thing, I said, so that's it? He goes, yeah. Like, Eric, and this is like great stuff. I said, Eric, I haven't been on TV since my brother was killed. People haven't seen me. And my big debut is standing in the background in the wrestling dressing room in a pull apart. And he's like, right. And he starts pacing around. It's like 10 minutes before showtime. But he goes, no, we start the show. Changes everything. We got into this big mad frenzy. He's running around and you're going to go out and you're going to do an interview at the top of the show. And I said, what am I doing an interview about?
Right.
And I'm not kidding. I'm walking along with Eric. I'm walking up to the ramp. The thing is going to start in about 30 seconds, live, nitro. And he's giving me the kind of the pointers. You're challenging Hogan, but it's not about a belt. It's about this and it's about that. And It's like music, fireworks. I go through and I try to cut this interview. I'm trying to remember what the hell I'm saying. And I did the best I could. And when I came back through the curtain, Eric's, I wouldn't say furious, but he's really upset. You came across too heel. And I felt like saying, "Go fuck yourself. How the hell can you tell me, after all these months and all the things that I've had on my mind and all the things how you're going to do for me when I get to this moment, that you guys have no thought put into it whatsoever, and you tell me with 30 seconds before I walk through the curtain, and then when I come back, you have the nerve to tell me that I didn't do it right?"
Do you think they tried to exploit you, maybe?
No, they were just, and you know what, it was always, I don't believe they had a bad heart, anybody. I think they were just really inept.
TitleMatchNetwork.com